Welcome back. I'm glad that we've gotten you through one of the functional things we need for the class, and now we're going to turn to the syllabus of the course so that you will know what assignments you need to complete and what the other requirements are for passing this class. It's definitely my intent to give you the best chance for a really good grade in this course so that you'll come back and take some more classics courses, especially the online ones. And so we'll now start to walk you through the contents of the syllabus. Before we proceed, I would like you to pause the video and please go and open the syllabus document on your computer so that you have it there ready to refer to as I walk you through the syllabus. Please pause the video and open the syllabus. Excellent. Ready? The first thing for me to point out here is this is Zeus's lightning bolt. Whenever Zeus's lightning bolt shows up, it's ready to zap students. The students who get zapped are the ones who get things wrong. So whenever you see this symbol, it means pay attention. There's something going on that needs your very close concentration, because if you do something incorrect, bad things will happen. We do not want bad things to happen to you. We want you to be successful. So this is a warning that there's something very important that you must be sure to get correct in order to have maximum success with the course. Pay attention. I'll have some other symbols along the way related to Greek mythology. So this is the first one, and there'll be more coming in the future. All right, you have your syllabus open. If you have any questions at all about anything that I'm talking about here, feel free to email me. Here is my email address, xenophon98@uri.edu. It's given to you there on the first page of the syllabus. All right, now staying there on the first page of the syllabus also are the 3 textbooks listed. The one you need to pay attention to is the first one, the Harris-Platzner textbook called Classical Mythology, Images and Insights. These textbooks are all available at the URI bookstore in Kingston. You can also order them online, and of course you may want to because they will of course be somewhat less expensive. Please be sure that you do have them, and especially the Harris-Platzner textbook, because that's the one that your assignments will come from. I will probably not be using the other 2 as much, but there are still readings assigned with them. They give you some background information on the material that you'll be reading in the Harris-Platzner textbook. So please be sure that you do have all 3 of those. I will actually do a separate video, the next one in fact, about these 3 textbooks. So after we complete the syllabus one here, you'll be opening one last video for today, June 27th, to cover those 3 textbooks. All right, please now on the syllabus, scroll down to page 3. There is a list of websites that are useful for this course. They are also given to you on Sakai on the links option for Sakai. I want to focus your attention in the websites to G, the one called Perseus. This is a database that was created back in the 1980s at Tufts University by their head classic scholar named Gregory Crane. Originally, it was designed for ancient Greek material, but then it was later expanded to include Roman as well. It is highly useful with lots of wonderful information. I certainly hope that you will go and check it out. It would be especially useful for you when doing research for the 2 essays you'll have to write for your exams, plus also some of the other assignments along the way. You might find the material there beneficial. There's artwork shown there in photos. There are additional translations of the works that you'll be reading for this course, the ancient works. You can use those translations if you wish instead of the ones provided to you in the Harris-Platzner textbook. And there are scholarly articles and lots of other cool stuff there. So I do recommend that one. And also along the way, if any of you find any additional websites related to Greek mythology that I have not listed on the syllabus that you think I ought to, please do share them with me. I will be very happy to send those out to the rest of the class and also to include them here in this course, including on the syllabus. Okay, any questions on anything with websites? If you have any questions, please write to me again at xenophon98@uri.edu, and I'll be happy to help you out. Let's go next now, also on page 3, and then going into page 4 to the format of the course and the grading. Now, every day when you get online here on the course between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. On a regular class day, you're going to go, first of all, to your check-in forum under Forums. Make sure that you indicate that you were online so that you'll get credit for having been there. Please don't omit that step because otherwise you'll be charged in absence. We don't want that at all. By the time that you get online, you have to make sure you've read the readings that are given to you, and I'll show this to you in a bit on the calendar. Be sure that you've read those readings. And then there will be a series of assignments for you to complete. The assignments, for the most part, will be the discussion questions given to you at the end of each chapter for the textbook. Now, on average, you're reading either 1 or 2 chapters per day. Each chapter, as we say, does have discussion questions at the end. The assignment, in order to keep it hopefully easy for you, is you will need to select one question of your choice from each chapter's discussion questions. Any question is satisfactory. Simply write out an answer, type it up for each of those, and then submit it to your Dropbox or by some other means. It is important to do this assignment to make sure that you have in fact read the chapter and that you at least basically understand what the chapter is about. Also, you may find some interesting ideas for essays or some other projects that you might want to complete. So please make sure that you do these assignments properly, and they are necessary for full credit in the course. Again, any questions, feel free to contact me. Okay, so the daily procedure will be to go online, check in on the forum, and then complete those assignments. Now, when you have exams to do, the midterm exam and then later on the final exam, for that you won't have a video to watch or any other assignments. You will simply have the midterm and the final themselves. Those you will complete online as well. There will be a special thing provided for you on the in the resources page, a folder for the passages that you'll need to identify both for the midterm and on the final. The passage folder will only be available for 3 hours early in the morning. If there's a difficulty with that, I can help somebody out by sending them separately. But properly, you're supposed to go 7:30 and to 10:30 in the morning in order to find that particular folder and obtain your passages for the midterm and the final. There'll be more on that, of course, coming up later, but that will also be a potential online assignment for you to do on the day that you're online. In addition, we also have some presentations to do. The presentations will be for the 3 tragic writers plays, Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides. Those will be coming up the 3rd and 4th weeks of the course, and you'll be asked to do some presentations on the characters that are in the plays as they relate to the stories about them that we know from Greek mythology. We also are going to do something fun with Medea. You may have heard of her. She was the foreign queen who came to Greece and ended up getting hooked up with Jason. And then the relationship didn't go very well, and the outcome of that relationship was that Medea took a knife to her own children. If you do not know the story, I'll let you learn what the story was that led to that atrocious act. But for right now, it's enough for you to know that we will be putting Medea on trial during this course. You will be asked to submit a point of view about Medea's act as to whether you agree with it or do not agree with it. And that will come up during the 4th week of the course. And then after that, we will turn for a little bit to the Roman legacy of Greek mythology, and then we'll wrap up, of course, with some more fun videos and finally our exam. So you are, by the way, allowed to do any written assignments with me in the chat room or in the meeting room. If you decide to do that, you simply have to contact me, let me know to do that so that we can set it up, and I will accept that as an alternative. And I can try to be flexible about people's schedules. If you can't get online when you're supposed to and need to do a different arrangement, we can come up with a different approach. So obviously let me know if we need to make any accommodations. Now, one thing though, this is now on page 4 of your syllabus. Please make certain that you somehow do complete the daily assignment and that you do get online. If you miss, as I say, and it's an unexcused absence, you will be docked. So be sure that you do get on there. There's your lightning bolt. Please make certain that the midterm and the final are submitted properly on time. Obviously, don't allow those to go by. And of course, when you do write your midterm and final essays, you will need to make sure that you provide proper credit for any sources that you use. You don't need to worry about doing that with the texts that are in this course. You could just use them. But any other texts, online materials, Wikipedia, anything that you choose to use, you need to provide proper credit using a format such as the Chicago Manual of Style. Please be sure to do that so that you will not plagiarize. Plagiarism is obviously a bad thing, and we don't want anything like that to happen. Okay? We have covered, of course, all of the rather gruesome things that can happen to you, that could get you zapped by the lightning bolt. But let me talk to you about some positive things. If you would like to try to get some extra credit for the course, you have plenty of opportunities. For instance, you may be able to submit an extra essay, or maybe even do an online project. Maybe you would like to do a video, some other fun thing like that. So there's lots of opportunities for that, and you can again contact me in order to find out about doing some extra credit. Also, I will allow any student who did not do well on the midterm exam to get to retake it once, because we understand that maybe this is a rather unusual way of doing things, and maybe it didn't quite work out the way you'd hoped. So if you need to try to retake the midterm exam, it will still get a deduction because it'll be late. However, you will be able to get a new grade that will replace the old grade if it's a higher grade. So that option is available. Let's hope that isn't necessary, but if it becomes necessary, we can go through that. Okay, once again, contact me if you have any questions or follow-up. The grading is given to you also on page 5, so you can see that the midterm and the final each counts 40% of the grade, and attendance, your daily participation online will be 20%. There's going to be a couple of spots along the way where you'll actually be assigned, interestingly, to watch a video. So these are some of the videos that you can watch. There's Jim Henson's Storyteller, which is really fantastic. It's geared toward kids, but it's actually really great. I recommend it. We'll talk about it later. There is Percy Jackson. There is the Odyssey, the one with Armand Assante, which I think is absolutely outstanding. There is 300. I'm sure many of you know that one, with King Leonidas of Sparta at Thermopylae. And we have Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, the George Clooney film in the South, which is also quite entertaining. It's really, really excellent. So if you have any of those in mind, there'll be a period on the 5th week where you'll actually be watching the video and writing some things about it. And then you can also incorporate some of that into your final exam if you choose. There's even going to be a way to do that. So those are the basics with the syllabus as far as the format, everything else. And let me finally direct your attention to the last 2 pages, which gives you all of the dates of the course and the assignments. Please be aware that any readings that are due are provided to you on the first line for the date. So as an example, I'll show you for tomorrow, June 28th. You see Apollodorus, some pages. You see Harrison Platzner, a couple of chapters. And then you see also documents that you have to obtain off Sakai. They are provided for you with the schedule, but you can also get them off of resources. Just make sure that you have those available when necessary. So be sure, Tuesday, June 28th, Apollodorus, 2 chapters of Harrison Platzner. Wednesday, June 29th, you have Apollodorus and Harrison Platzner as well. On your own, you should also be reading Ken Dowden's book, The Uses of Greek Mythology. I won't be talking about it specifically as much, but it is, again, a very useful background tool, and you should make sure that you at least familiarize yourself with the contents of that book so that you can follow along. And again, you may find some things to ask about and maybe also use in one of your essays. Okay, that's pretty much the syllabus. Again, as you go along, if there are any questions, please be sure to contact me at any time. So the next video is going to be all about the textbooks, and then I'm going to do one final video for today, your 5th one of the day. Luckily, you will not usually have 5 videos on one day, so I promise we won't overload you like this again. But the last video of the day is about the midterm and the final exams. I'm going to tell you exactly what those are so that you'll be able to start studying for those, and again, maybe even do some advanced prep for those. Okay, we'll see you back here again to talk about textbooks and then those 2 exams. See you shortly.